Today I'm talking about pattern recognition. Most people think that chess players are really good because they memorize a bunch of stuff, or that chess players can think thousands of moves in advance. That's somewhat true, but reality, the reason why chess players are so good is because of the human ability to recognize patterns. So when a chess player plays repeatedly over and over again, they begin to see patterns, and those patterns become instantly recognizable. So as you think through a move sequence in your mind, you can recognize a pattern that you've seen before and instantly know what decision to make. So pattern recognition is a pretty powerful concept. In fact, we see what we want to see because we as humans have the ability to see patterns all around us. What causes me to see a pattern that other people do not see? What causes Brene Brown to see patterns of shame in human behavior when I don't see it, or I didn't see it until I read her book? So what is it that causes us to recognize patterns and see them for what they are, both in a positive way and a detrimental way? I mean, we can start to see patterns of things that are working against us, and then we can overthink that in our mind, right? We can think that, reflecting on this, you can start to think of all the bad things that are going on, and you just start seeing one bad thing after another until you become convinced that there's only bad. So pattern recognition is really what we're good at. I mean, we can walk out into the world and we can see things and recognize things immediately. I mean, just think about the act of driving a moving vehicle at 70 miles an hour. How fast the human mind is processing images and only recognizing the patterns for which the human needs to act. It's just really rather incredible when you think about the human ability to recognize patterns. So, last night I was working with my daughter on some linear equations that she had to build to make a beautiful pattern on graph paper. It was like her math assignment. And I thought about that. Patterns are occurring everywhere all the time. And I wonder how that could impact us. What is the broader implication of pattern recognition in our lives? I really think this is probably something you can improve over time. And this is why it's very important to really focus on something in life. So if you focus on one particular area or one particular concern or problem set, you will begin to see patterns just simply because of your focus on it that other people do not see. Like if you were to walk into nature with a botanist who specializes in a particular pollinator, that botanist is going to see that everywhere. They're going to see evidence of it, of the natural cycle of pollination occurring on those flowers, when you're just obliviously walking through and not even seeing it at all. But when they point it out to you, you recognize what it is that they see. This is why, to be successful in life, we need to utilize that human power of pattern recognition and apply it to a particular skill set so we can get better and better at it and use it to our advantage. I think you can also see patterns of negative behavior in your life. If you just take a stop for a minute and take a step back and analyze what you're doing all day long, what patterns are you falling into that are negative? If you actually take a look at it and start to think about what you did today, you'll start to see the patterns of negative behavior. And that's probably the first step to improving it. I think you could also start to see, by evaluating other people, what the patterns of good behavior are in those people and maybe try to emulate them. So as we journey through life's complexities, I think we should embrace this power of pattern recognition and use it to our advantage.